Do you struggle with procrastination as a solopreneur? If you're on the struggle bus to stay motivated with your to-do list in your private practice, then stay tuned for the tips that I use to get things done. Hey folks, I'm Amy Hager. I'm a dietitian in private practice, and I've been self-employed since 2013, so I've had a few years to get my routines into place. But one of the biggest transitions to get used to when you are working for yourself is how to stay motivated to get things done, especially when you don't have a boss or a hard deadline over your head. Before I get started, let me ask you this. What is the thing that you procrastinate the most on in your nutrition business? Is there one particular area that you struggle the most with, or do you find yourself procrastinating in multiple areas? Drop a comment below. Let me know what your area of procrastination is. Now, I want to share my best tips to staying organized and motivated to get my work done as a self-employed dietitian. I've got 6 tips for you today. Number 1 is going to be my most powerful and most complex tip. It's the must-have tool. It's the daily planner, the daily calendar. So I have been a user of daily planners since college. Daily planners help me overcome procrastination because they decrease that mental overwhelm because I'm creating clarity and simplifying next steps. So planners allow you to look at your business in a macro view, writing down goals and projects for the entire year or by quarter. And I also recommend setting monthly goals and organizing what you need to do week by week. And with daily planners, you can even get more specific and drill down into daily tasks, even scheduling your tasks by the hour. But the trick is to get it organized ahead of time. You want to have everything that you need to do outlined and not having to do all that detail work every single day. So the daily planner is a great tool to utilize to get ahead of the game and get everything mapped out. Sometimes the procrastination emerges because you have a slew of things to do, but it's not necessarily organized in a way to help you know exactly what to do when. So you just start a long list without that much direction in how to go about accomplishing it. So the key is to get the things outlined in a way that is not overwhelming, and you might even just want to start conservatively so you can get a sense of what's realistic for you to accomplish in a day, and then build on from there. You might find that some days you have more energy, you can get your whole list done, and other days there's going to be some tasks that tend to roll over, and it's up to you to decide if you want to roll it over to the next day, or maybe it's something that needs to go on to the next week. Now there's a huge variety of planners available, and just in the past year I made the switch to a tablet planner. I've actually used Remarkable, which is an internet, social media, distraction, notification-free tablet that feels and writes like paper. It comes with a stylus, and I purchased a downloadable planner to import into the tablet. So I use it every single day. And if you're curious about having a tablet like this, I'll put a link in the video description if you're interested in checking it out. All right, so on to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is getting your day started with a boost. So procrastination has an energetically heavy feeling to it. It's like inertia that just keeps you stuck. And my second best tip to overcome it is to start my day with a solid workout to raise my energy and my mood. There's just nothing else I know that's available to me on a regular basis, like exercise that's predictable. I know how I'm going to feel afterwards. When I do this, that the tasks ahead of me seem less daunting and I feel more eager to tackle them. I also put this into my calendar. I schedule my exercise at a certain time of day so I know it doesn't keep getting pushed out, because if exercise is functioning as a motivator for me to help overcome procrastination, it doesn't make any sense to push it out later in the afternoon when it's not going to help me with that. All right, so tip number 3 is eating the frog. Just kidding, we're not eating a frog. It's actually tackling the least appealing to-do item first thing in the morning. So apparently a phrase came about called eating the frog. I think it goes all the way back to Mark Twain. It means something to the effect of getting the worst thing done first thing in the day. So if you had to eat a frog and you did it first thing, the worst thing that you ever had to do is already over with, and you've got the rest of your day to look forward to with that terrible thing behind you. Now, a lot of our work tasks aren't terrible things, but it can feel like that. So I'm here to tell you that this trick really works. You might want to consider the opposite effect. think about if you have a huge to-do item that you're dreading or you keep putting off, doesn't it seem to get worse the longer the day goes on? The longer you procrastinate it, the worse it feels. If you've ever had the experience of getting that big, hairy to-do item done right away, that relief that you feel of it being done is absolutely amazing. So the next time that you notice that you keep pushing a particular item further and further out on your calendar, try to eat the frog next time you put it on your schedule and see what happens. Tip number 4 is creating a distraction-free environment. Now, I know this one seems kind of basic, like nothing that you don't already know, but it's worth repeating that turning off notifications and ringers and trying to get your most challenging tasks done in a private space, minimizing interruptions goes a long way. For example, do not try writing your YouTube script on your laptop while your significant other is watching TV. It will likely take you 3 times as long if you can complete the task at all. Ask me how I know. So definitely 2 thumbs up for a distraction-free environment that definitely can help with procrastination if you notice that procrastination pops up a lot more with distractions. Tip number 5 is a hidden gem. It is reconsidering if your task is necessary now. If you notice that you keep procrastinating a particular task, it might be a signal to consider if it's something that you still have to do or even want to do anymore in your business. When you're self-employed, it's easy to have big goals and start a list of never-ending tasks. You never get to the bottom of your to-do list. Sometimes these tasks become routine, so we don't question them, but emerging procrastination can be a sign that you are no longer interested in the task, or perhaps your focus has shifted, or even if something that you don't have the bandwidth for right now. Priorities are always shifting when you're a business owner, especially when your business has multiple facets. For example, I had to take a break from creating YouTube content for this channel because of the time of the year, and my jewelry business had a lot more demands. I had to do a lot more production and get my weekends ready doing art shows, and I didn't have any of my usual time for script writing or production. So I just didn't have the hours in the day to create and film content, and I had to reconsider if creating additional YouTube content was a priority, because I could have made it work, but it also would have escalated more stress. It would have decreased bandwidth. It would have hampered creativity. I probably would have been forcing the content and not creating really meaningful content just to stick to a plan. And I didn't want to do that. So active tabling a task or even crossing off a to-do project from your list can be very clarifying and even liberating. And only you will know if this is an appropriate strategy for your procrastination, but it's more of a re-examination of priorities and goals. All right, final tip, number 6, is consider hiring a business coach. Just like we provide accountability to our clients, a business coach can provide this for you. While they don't come cheap, most coaches charge by the package and not by the hour. You will be thinking twice about throwing your money away if you don't follow through with your goals and your to-do items. There's nothing like putting your money on the line to get your butt in gear. And there's a wide variety of business coaches available, but I suggest working with someone who's familiar with your profession, even though I got great results working with a coach outside of nutrition. So it's totally up to you. Well, I hope these tips have come in handy for different strategies to try next time you encounter procrastination in your business. If you're looking for additional support and accountability, check out the services available on my website, amyhagerrdn.com. Have a great week, folks, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to catch the latest video here. And don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos on private practice and being self-employed as a dietitian.